Okay, meron naman tayong lesson sa Grade 7 Arts, third quarter, which is Architecture. Featured natin today na lesson is the Trogan. The Trogan is the ancestral house of the upper class Maranao. It is the dwelling place of the Datu along with his wives and children. There could not be any house larger than the Trogan of the Datu within the Sultanate, for this signifies rank, prestige, and wealth. The National Museum declared the Maranao Trogan, especially the Kawayan Trogan, as one of the national culture treasures through the Museum Declaration number 4-2008. Yun ang Torogan. Okay? So, ano ba ang Torogan talaga? So, binabasa natin yung sa Wikipedia, sa Free Encyclopedia. Ang Torogan daw is a traditional ancestral house built by Maranao people of Lanao, Mindanao, Philippines for the nobility. Torogan is a symbol of high social status, such as residents of the one of the home of the Sultan or Dato, in the Maranao community. Nowadays, concrete houses are found all over Maranao communities, but there remains Torogan 100 years old. But the best known are the Dawayan and Marawi City around Lake Danao. So ano bang description ng Trogan? Trogans are massive structures built entirely using nails instead of just fitted joints and fiber lashings. They are usually biggest structure in the village. They are elevated from the ground and large wood columns. Not all of them are load bearing, but they're usually about 25 columns. But very large trogan can be as 56 yung columns niya. Each column has a single huge tree trunk, often transported over long distances from forest. Raising of the columns are individually celebrated by feast. Corner o yung tukod niya or huge tree trunk are often transported a long distance from forest, and the post and the middle tapulin row posts intricately carved in ochre designs painted in bright primary colors. Each post is supported by the base of 5 or 6 large boulders for protection against earthquakes. Earthquake-proof na rin pala ang Torogan, no? With one directly beneath to prevent the contact with the ground and inhibit rotting and termites. So, malalaki yung kanyang columns, tapos often transported from forest, and then meron siyang mga support na mga batong malalaki, and then nakapatong pa yung bato dun sa nakapatong pa yung kahoy na malaki na pinaka-condition sa bato para ma-avoid yung pagbulok ng kahoy at termites. Yun. Usually, larger diameter stone boulders prevent vermin from eating the house. Yun. So, ano talaga, no? Laki, no? So, ano pa ba? The main floor or poro has a square floor plan. It has no permanent partition and no ceiling. So, thus appears as a large hole. Hall, Hall. It is used for both sleeping and other activities. During nighttime, mattresses are made from the straw. Wooden mats, pillows are brought out to the interior, separated into rooms for sleeping, hand embroidered, colorful cloth dividers, rattan, split bamboo screens, thick bed curtains, colombo also serve as mosquito nets for privacy. Usually hung from the horizontal cloth sheets directly from the like from the rafters, thus forming a tent-like structure. So, multiple families live inside Torogan, with the main rooms being the leader of his family. Yun. During daytime naman, most of the beds are divided and dividers are cleaned, and the space is used for working like weaving textiles, eating, praying, meeting visitors. Activities usually kept minimum early in the morning, and some rooms are still up but gradually become busier on all the occupants wake up. A kitchen area is located at the back of the Torogan, which the floor is half a meter lower than the rest of the space. It contains a rectangular bamboo called bantulang, filled with the earth ashes serves as the fireplace. Yun. So, yung bantulang sa bamboo rack called tapaan, which the fish or meat is smoked for preservation. So, yung roof naman, characteristically shaped and is made from attached palm leaves. Flaring edges taper shallowly towards the steep central gable aligned to the east, and central gable supported internally by vertical post called pulaos bungan, which in turn supported by intricately carved central beam of the roof called tinay. Tinay awalay. Literally intestine of the house. Pinakabituka daw ng bahay. The Torogan is also surrounded by open space called the Lama, where other activities are also held. The Lama is commonly the horse track crossing it, pasuay. The area beneath the main floor is called the Durung, which is used for various purposes like storage and keeping domestic animals. Yun. Ano ba yung cultural significance ng Torogan? So, Torogan are pre-colonial date to before the conversion of Maranao people to Islam. So, bago pa sila maging Islam. So, which happened during the Spanish colonial period, they were great importance to Maranao communities and symbols of wealth and power. Primarily serve as a residence of the leader of the community ranging from the village leaders, called Datu, sultans of the Federation of Maranao States. Audience with the leader usually done inside the Torogan. Most visitors speak with the leader from the lower part of the bed, nearest to the door. Then favored guests, on the other hand, are usually invited to sit or lie down on the mattress. The Sendigan, which is regarded as a place of honor. Torogan and their grounds also serve as community social hall where feasts, weddings, games, funerals, meetings, and other social, cultural activities are held. So, conservation. Um, there are also existing Torogans in various locations in Lanao, such as Dabayan, Torogan of Marawi, and Lagindab, Torogan, Ganasi. So all are in need of massive funding for rehabilitation kasi medyo matagal na rin to eh. The collection of Torogas from various towns in Lanao are being pushed to be included in tentative list of the Philippines in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Yun. So, nilalakad to pa lang pala. Hindi ko alam po ano yung balita pa dito, pero maganda kung mabalitaan natin na maging UNESCO World Heritage List na yung Torogan. Okay? Ayun o. Lesson 3 sa architecture pa rin tayo sa third quarter ng grade 7 arts. So, picture naman natin ngayon yung panolong. Panolong is a house ornament fashioned by Maranao people. It's a carved beam that protrudes from in front of the house and styled with ochre motif. The shape of the panolong is an architectural translation of prow, meaning the protruding part of the ship, something like that. So, panolong is a wing-like ornament of a trogan flaring out from the beams. This ochre carving usually features the naga serpent or pakurabong or stylized fern that as well as the floral star and star and bud motifs. Yun. So, ano pa ibang meaning ng torogan? So, ang panolong, torogan tuloy. Ang panolong in torogan. So, ang panolong of Maranao is a extended house beam of the torogan. Traditional residence of sultan or dato. Torogan is usually huge one-room structure with a high ceiling, steep roof. Yan. So, bakit ba may torogan? Bakit ba may panolong ang torogan or the Maranao house? So, prominent parts of the torogan are the panolong, the carved floor beams. So, modeled after the awang boat prows. So, ito yung protruding part ng mga bangka or ships. These protrude in front of the house and stylized with elaborate ochre design, usually of the naga or sea serpent. They were meant to drive evil spirits. Yun pala ang gamit ng panulong is to drive evil spirits that could reside on the house. Siguro gano'n nga talaga siya. Okay, yung materials used for making panolong, minsan coiled brass, woven cotton fabric, minsan human bone. Hindi ko alam kung tama to ah. So, let's go. Another lesson in lesson 3 architecture. Yung picture naman natin ngayon yung mga Badyaw houses. The Bajau are also known as Sama Bajau, or the sea gypsies or nomads of the Sulu Sea. Their main source of livelihood is fishing and hunting. Thus, most of them live in boat houses and houses on stilts around the Sulu archipelago. So, yan ang mga Bajau. Okay? So, meron tayo ulit sa Architecture Lesson 3, Third Quarter Arts, which is the Grand Mosque of Cotabato. The large mosque in the Philippines, the Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Masjid, or also known as the Grand Mosque, sitting near the idle banks of Tomontaka River, which is founded by the Philippine government and the Sultan of Brunei, for whom the masjid was named. The mosque occupies 5,000 square meters of 5 hectares land. The four minarets stand at a towering 43 meters high, more or less 15-story building. Yun po ang the Grand Mosque of Cotabato. Yes, go. Another architecture from grade 7 arts, third quarter. Architecture pa rin tayo. So, fourth pillar of Zamboanga. The historical fourth pillar, also called as Real Fuerza de Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Zaragoza, was founded in 1635 and still stands strong until today. It was engineered by Father Melchor de Vera, a Jesuit priest. It was built to protect the people from the pirates of the Sulu Sea. Yun ang fourth pillar of Zamboanga. Okay, thank you. Monastery of the Transfiguration of Bukidnon. The monastery is located atop of the hill of Malay Balay, Bukidnon, founded by Father Abbot Eduardo Africa, and run by the Benedictine monks. The pyramid-like structure was designed by the national artist for architecture, Leandro Locsin. It is one of his last designs and considered as one of his best, aside from the cultural center of the Philippines and Davao International Airport. Yun. Okay, lesson 3, architecture. Meron pa rin tayong featured na architectural artwork, which is the Santo Rosario Church of Camiguin. The church is located at the town of Sagay, Camiguin Island. The original church was built in 1882 using coral stones, but old infrastructures were too weak, so it was retrofitted with steel bars using modern building techniques. And the unique things that you can find in the church are driftwood chandeliers and altar. The builders used local materials, particularly woven bamboo skin, which highlights the local tradition of the island. Yun ang Santo Rosario Church of Camiguin Architecture, grade 7, lesson 3, na third quarter. Bye-bye.